How's it going, everybody? It is your boy Unimeme here, and today I'm going to be bringing a quick little breakdown on a team that I have been obsessing over recently since partially since the DLC dropped in Sektor Mavado. Now, I knew I wanted to play Sektor. Originally, I was on the Motaro train for the big damage, but I ran into this team and immediately knew that this was exactly what I was looking for. You can open people up really easily with it. You still have some really cool extensions, but I'll save all that for the fancy stuff that I show off later. I know that P&D Ketchup from P&D K&M fame, Zombat, and Poseidon have all put out pretty lengthy videos on Sektor. So if you're interested in the character, you've probably seen those. If you haven't, I highly recommend checking them out. I will leave a timestamp in the description if you already have all of the Sektor knowledge on what she does and what her good stuff is, if you're just interested on what Mavado brings to the table. But we'll just get into Sektor herself. I think her pokes are honestly all around incredible. We have the down 1 and down 3, both pretty fast for what they are. Obviously there are 6-frame pokes in the game on other characters, but you know, we're a zoner. We don't get everything that we want. Her down 4, I think, is the star of the show, at least for me. You do get the entire flame portion that she kicks out right there as part of the hitbox as well. So you're able to space people out really easily with it. It is -10 on block, so you do need to be careful kind of throwing it out willy-nilly, but you're able to space it out really well to where a lot of characters won't be able to punish you for it, especially since you're crouching as well. I think her best, I guess it would be considered a poke, would be her stand 1, and then as such her jab string 1-1 and 1-1-2. Since the stand 1 by itself is safe on block, and then all the extensions are safe as well, like the 1-1 is -1 and the 1-1-2 is -5, you're able to set up the throw game incredibly easily when you get in. As well as with Mavado, you do get a little bit of back throw extension there, which can be really good to close out games. As far as her strings, she has honestly a few pretty good ones, and then a couple of strings and buttons that I don't think are that good. But we'll start off with probably her most useful one, forward 2-1. Both forward 2 by itself and forward 2-1 are safe on block. It is a 15-frame mid, so it's a little bit on the slower end. Keep that in mind, definitely. Another big thing is that forward 2-1 does not combo into teleport, which is her main combo starter, so definitely keep that in mind if you're using forward 2 to whiff punish somebody, because it goes very far. You'll have to pick a different extension, which I'll show off later. Forward 2-1-2, which is the ender of the string, is -17 on block, but you are able to cancel it into her air dash, which you can do with up back, straight up, or up forward stance switch. And you can chain multiple like Natara, but you don't really need that all that often. Her stand 4 is an 11-frame high, which is safe on block. Patterns, a lot of her strings are very safe on block. The stand 4-2 follow-up is a neutral, and the stand 4-2 1+3 is -6. The fun thing about this string, it is incredibly plus on hit. I don't know why they made it +41. I guess she's cracking your fucking head with her robot arms, but yeah, you get a lot of stuff off of this. Then we have her back 3. Back 3 itself is a single hit low, which is safe on block, and then you have back 3-4, which is low mid, a double hitting low that, as you can see, hits very fast. It does have the capability to break armor against some characters. You get cameo extensions with some characters. The back 3-4 input isn't special cancelable, but just back 3 by itself is. Then we have back 2. She donks people with her big ol' rocket launcher as a 24-frame overhead, so you're going to have to do some crazy conditioning to get this to hit. I think once people get more used to playing against her, especially online, you'll have people starting to react to this. With Motaro, which I think is why some people are picking the character, you're able to keep it safe with back to Flamethrower into his very far teleport. With Mavado, unfortunately, you don't have that safety, but you do get pickups off of it in other ways. And then you also have back to 2, which is just a knockdown. The first hit of the overhead is actually safe on block, but you don't get anything off of it. So if you want the big damage, you kind of have to risk your life with the -18 extension. So pick your battles wisely. And the last button I want to touch on is forward 3. She just kind of does this and then goes into a low. The low itself is -12 on block, but you can cancel it with down down, and then if you roll forward 3-4, it's a double hitting high, but it is +2 on block, so you're able to poke after and get some follow-ups once people start respecting it. That's all for her strings. Honestly, like, a lot of her buttons are incredibly good. They're all really safe. Like, the only reason you would ever be punishable is if you're taking risks, like on the back 2 mix-up, on forward 2-1-2, you know, say you don't recognize you don't have meter, you don't have a way to keep yourself safe. But a lot of the time you'll be safe on a lot of her buttons. We'll go over her specials real quick as well. A lot of projectiles. Back forward 1, her straight missile. If you EX it, it leaves them standing and you get a burn effect as well. This is where a lot of the damage with Motaro comes from, is pickups like that, and then you teleport, get a follow-up off of that as well. We have her air down back 1. This little burst grenade, you can choose the range between, I believe it's close, mid, and far, something like that. And then if you EX it, you get to control how far the rocket goes before it explodes based on how long you hold the square button for. And then her grounded down back 1 is Sidewinder. I think this is probably her best move, and I will die on that hill. You're able to act out of it very quickly, and it's incredibly plus on hit. So if this just catches somebody, you can get full pickups off it. There are setups in the corner where it can lead to more mix-ups, it can break armor. I think once people figure out how to effectively use Sidewinder, especially EX Sidewinder, since it tracks to the opponent and is still plus 100 on hit, as you can see, it's like very plus enough to follow up a combo. Like, even from decent distance, if you react to it hitting, you can teleport. I think that's one of the best tools in her arsenal. We also have down back 3, her blast shield. It's a projectile reflect. Obviously, I can't show it off against Johnny, so I'll have a little clip of me reflecting a projectile and doing the follow-ups here. But if you reflect a projectile, you can cancel the reflection or absorption, I guess, since it doesn't reflect it back, it just stops it, into her missiles. And then if you do EX, you can, if it successfully absorbs something, you could cancel it into any of her special moves, which I think is incredible. We also have Flamethrower. Flamethrower is her armored wake-up if you spend a bar on it. It is a way to get cameo extensions. It is a safe wake-up with Motaro. It's just an incredibly well-rounded move. It goes very far. I think it's like right here. Oh, there we go. So it's like almost round start distance, like a couple steps up from it. But it is still incredibly unsafe on block, so don't be throwing it out without a hit confirm, or unless you plan to wake up with it. We have her down back 2. Anti-air missiles. Obviously, it functions as an anti-air, as well as being able to hit confirm into certain combos. And as you can see, plus 41 on hit. What was the magic number that I mentioned off of this string? Plus 41 as well. The big thing with Sektor is you can end a lot of your combos without spending meter. In like just a situation like that, you're plus 50, you get a safe jump on basically the entire cast aside from maybe Johnny because his wake up is so fast. But I'm sure there's setups that I or other Sektor players have or will find that beats anything. in a safe jump scenario. But yeah, the good thing about this character also is that you don't have to spend meter on your B&Bs themselves unless you just want to for the extra damage, or like if you're playing Motaro, that's how you get your big cash out damage. And speaking of meterless combos, her teleport. This is down back 4 in the air or on the ground. They both have the same animation whether you EX it or not. The EX does a hit on the way up, so you're able to pick up like anti-airs or cameo extensions or stuff like that. Whereas the non-meter burn version is just the one hit, but it does leave enough advantage for a jump and attack no matter what, which is where she gets a lot of her B&Bs from. And that's it for her specials. And that's pretty much it for the breakdown on Sektor as well. Everything else is going to be a combo starter on Sektor's meterless stuff and what she can get with Mavado. I'm not going to be talking through that because it's just going to be me explaining inputs that are already going to be on the screen, and no one wants to hear me talk for that long. So I'll have just some non-copyright music going because I don't want to get my head chopped off by YouTube as much as MK creators already get their head chopped off by YouTube. But yeah, that'll be it for me. Feel free to watch the combos of Sektor Mavado if you're interested, and I appreciate you guys stopping by. I will catch you in the next video. Peace.
Don't burn it down.